So, the Shimano EP801 motor. Is it the most unfairly hated motor system on the market right now? This system has probably received some of the most negative press on the market over recent years, and we want to break that down from the perspective of a workshop and a retailer to give you guys the truth. Now, it'd be wrong of us to stand here today and tell you that the EP8 didn't have its fair share of problems. It did. They were compounded by a perfect storm of circumstances. First things first, COVID. We're all using COVID as an excuse still, but it was facts. At that point in time, supply chain issues, people were riding bikes more. Also, the weather, like it is at the minute, was absolutely horrendous. Compounded by Madison potentially missing an order window for warranty stock. Collectively, all of this brewed up to be a huge issue when in fact it wasn't as bad as it might have seemed. So obviously at this point, where we're seeing a high volume of failures, Madison potentially didn't have as much warranty stock as they would have liked to have support the problem. Things started to feel and go a little bit wrong. The problems weren't getting resolved as fast as they should do. Definitely not getting as resolved as fast as they would do today. And this gave everybody something to work with and to strive to improve. So when it comes to warranty and motors, it's a little bit different to say a rear derailleur. If your motor's broke, your motor's broke. And what you need is the same thing going back in the bike. Unlike a rear derailleur, where you might break an XT derailleur, but you can put a Dior one in to keep you on the road, giving us the ability to keep people rolling. Now, to be fair to Shimano, they didn't sit there ignoring the problem. So the motor itself, it received better external seals. I've got a couple of examples here to point that out to you. It addressed the fundamental entry point of failure. So here we have the original EP8 motor, whereas you can see that the external seal is minimal, if nothing at all. The revised version introduced this much larger, much better covering external seal, which fundamentally alleviated the biggest issue of ingress. So second to that, in the background we have Shimano looking at improving and addressing the problem itself. Madison, the UK distributor, were also in the background working really, really hard to better address the issue of dealer support. We need ultimately the tools from the manufacturers, the tools from Shimano, in our tool chest to better help you guys. We have an improved product, we have an improved process, and we have an improved stock levels. We have these motors, as we have in front of me today, on the shelf, ready to go into your bike, reprogrammed, and getting you back out the door in the shortest time possible. As I've already disclosed, we've already got these motors on the shelf, ready for us to use, get your bikes up and running, and get you back out the door as soon as possible. That's EP8. It's the old one, it was problematic. They took that on board, revised it, gave us a greater level of support. We can all move on. Thankfully, those revisions and all of the things that they learned from EP8, they were able to apply to the newer EP801 system. Now, it might share the same badge, but it is not the same motor. It has a far, far, far lower failure rate than anything we've ever done with EP8. We've had our problems, we've learned our lessons, and ultimately we've got a fantastic product, tailored with an even better level of support. We've got better support on our front door, we've got better support from the guys and the girls at Madison. And ultimately, those conversations of reliability just aren't really a talking point, despite what the internet might say. So in reality, as far as reliability goes, this motor, the EP801, there's no issues. Let's talk about the rideability. Let's talk about the motor itself and its performance. Right then, we've addressed the reliability part of the conversation. Let's talk about e-bike motors, numbers, and how they ride. So these motor systems now are in this arms race to just reach the biggest numbers. Everybody loves a headline figure of, we've got a bazillion watt hours of power, we've got the fastest, strongest motor on the market, which is fantastic, but what does that mean in real terms? So we don't need to stand here today and get into the nitty-gritty of how many Newton meters this motor's got compared to another. Ultimately, we all know that by now. We've been staring at this product for long enough. From our perspective and from the riding that we've done on these motors and from the feedback from our customers, the standout advantage to a Shimano motor system is the way that it rides. Now, if you're the type of rider that enjoys a more natural, organic feel to an e-bike, Unlike a lot of other bigger systems that can feel a little bit too punchy, you get a little bit too much overrun, the Shimano EP801 gives you a really natural, organic feeling bike. Similar to that as you would expect from your analog or your acoustic bike. Now, throughout its history, the way that these Shimano motors have delivered their power has always felt reliable, predictable, and sort of allowed the rider to remain in control of what the bike's doing. That's something, because these motors are getting more and more powerful, that we're all starting to feel that we're losing in some other systems. First off, it's worth understanding Shimano's approach to this. Ultimately, what they strive to achieve with their motor systems is to give an enhanced feel to a mountain bike, not turn these things into what is fundamentally becoming an electric motorcycle. Now, all these massive power figures look fantastic on paper, but the reality is that doesn't necessarily always result in a greater ride. Now, from a rideability perspective, we think this is where Shimano have nailed the balance. The output, the torque, the power, the way that it delivers it is right on point. So, if you're considering a new e-bike and it's Shimano equipped, and you absolutely value that organic ride and natural feel, then the Shimano EP801 should absolutely be on your radar. And ultimately, if something does go wrong, well, that's where we step in.